right now will be coming out sometime next year. The publication date is not decided right now, but it will be coming out next year at some points. And I'm working on my edits for book 3 right now. And that was one thing that I learned. I self-published Transcend Time, and then I got traditional published with Sacred Diamond Sisters, and I learned the timeline is like so different with traditionally published. Like, you will be almost finished book 3 like way before book 2 even comes out, and like that was just crazy for me to switch my entire mindset with that. But it's been a really fun experience to walk into a Barnes & Noble and see my books sitting on the shelves, because I remember going to Barnes & Nobles when I was so young, like being like a 2nd grader, walking to Barnes & Noble and picking all these books off the shelves and like having this big pile of books. I would run to my mom and I would be like, I want all of these. And she would then be like, well, maybe just like, pick, 5 to 7, and we'll come back once you finish those and get you more. But I would always finish them, and then we would of course go back and get more, because I've always loved to read. And I think one of the best ways of being a good writer is to read all the time. Like, you have to be a reader to be a good writer, because you learn from every book that you write. Even if you're not learning consciously, like, you are learning about plot, about characterizations, so that when you go and you write, like, it's going to come more naturally to you if you've been a constant reader. Yeah?
But do you have plans for when the series wraps up?
I have a bunch of ideas, and there's one that I've kind of been outlining. There are a few that I have summaries for. So after Secret Diamond Sisters wraps up, I'm going to be talking with my agent and my publisher, and just seeing which of those ideas that they think is going to be best for me to write. So just taking into their opinions. And I hope that throughout my life I'll be able to write all of my ideas, but it's one at a time. Like, I focus on one project at a time. Like, I'm very finished project oriented. Like, when I start something, I have to finish it. Like, there is no starting and not finishing. So once I start something, it's gonna get finished, but I don't work on like 2 books at a time. That would drive me absolutely mental. Yes?
I have kind of a weird question for you. So, the Secret Diamond Sisters, I got a copy of the 2nd book, I think, at LA this year, and I feel like, it could be like a TV show, like it could be like a Pretty Little Liars, or, it's got enough going for it. So if it were to be, and you were to cast it, who would be your main character?
I love that, because I have cast, I have a good idea of cast in my head. And I do have a Hollywood agent who's representing Secret Diamond Sisters right now, trying to get a TV deal, but it's such a hard thing to happen, so I don't really know if that's ever going to happen, but knowing that there is an agent in Hollywood who believes in the book and is shopping at the studios, that's really cool, but nothing's really happened for a year with that, so we'll see. But for Savannah, I see, has anyone ever watched The Voice? The Voice competition? Do you know Danielle Bradbury, who won last year? She's who I always picture Savannah as. And I also picture Peyton List, who was on the Disney show Jessie. She just has that total Savannah look. And on my webpage, I have all these characters written down. For Courtney, I see Ashley Benson, who plays Hannah in Pretty Little Liars. She totally has Courtney's look. For Peyton, I see, it's the girl from that TV show Revolution. I'm totally blanking on her name. But it's the girl who kind of looks like she could be a teen, whatever, with the long dark hair. I have her on my website. And for Madison, I see Nina Dobrev from The Vampire Diaries. This is my perfect Madison. When she plays Catherine, the evil version of her, she does such a good job, because I know she's a great actor, and she'll be able to pull off Madison's kind of more vengeance-y side of her. And for the guys, Brett I casted him as the guy from Vampire Diaries, Stephen McQueen, who plays Jeremy. He's always been looks like that in my head. Damien is Stephen Amell. He was on the show Tomorrow People.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the main guy in that. And Oliver, I always saw as Sean Ferris and he plays the police officer now in Pretty Little Liars, but he used to be a lot younger back when I casted him in my head. So, but he's actually gotten older, so now he's 30, so I don't think he'll be able to play a 16-year-old boy. But that's sort of how I pictured him. Are there any other questions? We got 5 more minutes, so yeah.
What are some of your favorite books to read?
I love YA. I've always loved YA. I'm actually a huge fan of the Twilight series. Twilight was what got me back into writing. I used to write Twilight fan fiction back when I was a freshman in college, and I had so much fun with that. So writing the fan fiction actually was hugely helpful for me later when I started writing original fiction, because my writing was terrible. When I first started writing Twilight fan fiction, I've gone back and I've read some of that, and it was so bad. but it was fun for me to write, and as I kept writing it, I did keep improving. So like that's another thing with writing advice is like what you write at first is never going to be perfect. Like you have to write the bad stuff in order to get to the good stuff. One of my favorite authors said you have to write 1 million bad words before you have to write anything that people are going to want to read. So I wrote a lot of those bad words in my fan fiction, luckily, and kind of got them out of the way, so that when I wrote Remembrance for the first time, I had a little bit more experience when it came to writing. I'm also a big fan of Harry Potter, like everyone is. I love Harry Potter. I love Vampire Academy. I love anything that has to do with time travel. The Time Rider series is one of my favorites. Just anything, basically, time travel, I'll read. And I like, I'm trying to like think about all my books. I like the Gone series by Malcolm Grant. I like Bright Young Things, and the Luck series by Anna Godberson. Gossip Girl, obviously, I already said. Anything by Sarah Dessen. Like, I love Sarah Dessen's books. I actually have pictures of my bookshelf on my Instagram account. Like, I love Instagram, by the way. If anyone wants to add me, like, tell me that you saw me today, and I'll follow you